bottom with an ass head, bottom without an ass head. These are the questions we need to ask. Hello, we are here with Sun Sounds of Arizona in Flagstaff, Arizona, and welcome to episode 20 of Untamed Shrews, Women Talk Theater, presented by the Flagstaff Shakespeare Festival. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Dawn.
And I'm Becki, and welcome to Untamed Shrews, Women Talk Theater.
Yay!
Yay!
Episode 20.
20. That's all fingers, all toes.
And as Dawn mentioned, until we hit 60, we won't use all fingers and all toes on the shrews, but we're going to aim for 60.
We're 1/3 of the way there.
All right, we're going for it.
That's crazy. 20 months.
Yeah.
I know.
You've had a baby and he's been alive
I know.
for
Yes.
8
months. He's 8 months tomorrow.
Yay.
All
months
this
old
has
tomorrow.
happened in all of these episodes, guys.
I know. It's
Thank
wild.
you for coming with us on this journey. Yes. And it's just us today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be so nice. I mean, I love having guests, but it's going to be silly and it's going to be fun and it's going to be shrews only.
Shrews only.
Exclusively.
Exclusively.
Shrews exclusive.
Exclusively.
Exclusively. No, don't shake your head. That was correct, Becki. Shrew exclusive. Exclusively. I like it.
Well, how are we, my gals?
Good. My baby is like just about to crawl. It's
That's
insane.
Crazy. I know the video you
He
sent
can
this
pull
morning.
himself forward on his arms and he can get up on his hips like the video I sent you, but he
Yes.
gets to like put it all together yet.
I feel like I saw him kind of going backwards.
He can go backwards,
backwards. Okay.
and in circles and spin himself from top to bottom like crazy.
I can't quite move
But he's
forward.
he just got forward, but he like does like an army crawl, you know, with like no legs, just just hands. Once he goes, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna be done for.
Oh yeah,
I'm never gonna
following that baby around.
I'm just
for the
gonna be
rest of time.
running around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but he's great.
Good,
Yeah.
Blake
Yay.
boy.
Yeah.
The shows just closed a week ago.
Yeah.
I feel like we're all catching up on sleep and work and
Yeah.
oh my goodness, what a crazy time. But they were a great time.
And they were great contrasts, and each of you
Yeah.
was in one of them.
Yeah, I know we never saw each other because of it. It was great. Othello was such an amazing experience. I really enjoyed playing Desdemona. She was I really fell in love with her, to be honest. I really wanted to I've been wanting to do more drama because I do so much comedy, and I've been wanting to, you know, expand and try something new and push myself because you know, like we were talking, something like Ernest I could do in my sleep. Like that is what I do. Like that's my pocket. That's my like favorite stuff to do. So Desdemona was a great challenge, but I think I honestly feel like it was one of my best performances.
It was.
I got to sing, which was great.
It was a brilliant
Oh,
performance.
thank you. And I was really honored. I got a lot of comments about like, I never cared about Desdemona before. I never cared about Desdemona before. And also I got some comments about like your silliness was still there in some moments. And Desdemona's usually very like, I am an ingenue and I have no purpose and I have no personality and I have no backbone.
Yeah.
And I really wanted her to be like a real, actual living, breathing woman. I feel like I accomplished that and I felt very good about it. So I felt great about it. How about
Congrats.
Ernest?
How was Ernest?
Yeah. Ernest was so great.
It was so hilarious.
Yeah, it's just the first act, you're like, okay, yeah, it's a comedy. And then the second act, you're like, oh, what the heck is going on? It's just like slapstick and
Such
like,
a farce.
yeah, such a farce, so silly, but like silly with intention, right? Like nothing was too, nothing like didn't not serve the purpose of the show, but like the show is silly, so it served,
It wasn't like jokes just for the sake of jokes.
Exactly, yeah. And it wasn't like, this is an inside joke between just the cast members. You know, like, everyone was in on it. And I mean, it was just, what a fantastic group of artists.
Yeah.
I think it's the best comedy we've ever put up.
Oh,
like,
I
I
think so too.
really think
Yeah.
it like everyone nailed it.
Yeah.
Everyone was so
They
amazing.
knew
The
the
ensemble
style.
work
Yeah.
was so good.
Yeah.
Your Miss Prism was so lovable.
Yeah.
Like I just loved her.
Thank you.
And usually you're kind of like, oh, it's kind of an, but I was
She's
like,
an oddball.
I was like, oh, she's so romantic and whimsical, and
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah, and you and Chasuble,
Yeah.
so cute.
Yeah, it was super fun. And
Oh my
I
gosh,
just,
and the bee earrings. You wore your bee earrings.
oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Now we have to give everyone. So Becki has these cute earrings that are giant bees.
Yeah.
And there's a moment. I presume this is why you wore them, because you like mentioned bees.
Well, I did not think of that until we were going through like one by one, and James, the director, was like, okay, what is everyone wearing? Like, just describe it, show me a picture, whatever. And so I was like, like that yellow, I had the yellow dress, a hat, whatever, jean jacket. And I was like, and I also have these bee earrings. And James was like, oh, that's perfect because Chasuble has that bee line. And I was like, oh, yeah. I totally.
I thought that was totally on purpose.
No.
Look at you go
Yeah.
being a costume designer.
Accidental costume design.
Accidental costume designer. Yeah, so cute.
So cute.
Loved it. Such a good time. Yeah, it was a blast. Thank you to everyone who came out. We nearly sold out every night. The tent was a hit. It was a good time.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was a really close-knit ensemble, and everyone was really great, and we all got along really well, and it was such a fun time. And it was definitely one of the most emotional goodbyes, I think, of any Flag Shakes season. Like, we were all out playing pool and stuff, and we were like one by one, like hugging and going home. Yeah. And I feel like it was one of the most like, oh, when am I going to see you? Especially since a lot of those the out-of-towners that we brought out are all heading to the East Coast, so they just won't be nearby.
Yeah.
But if there's anything about this business, it's
Yes.
that
You
people
run
have
into
a way
people.
of reconnecting.
Oh, you do. I know, exactly.
It's wild.
I know, and like, I mean, I feel like you taught me that, and it was always like, this is never goodbye. Like, in this business, it's always just like, see you later. When am I going to see you again? And I've had the privilege of being able to see a lot of my actor friends pretty consistently, which has been such a blessing. Which leads me into my like exciting news. The ink is not dry, so I'm not going to say the company, but I did book a show in New York.
Woo.
Yay! And I'm going to be in New York for the late fall and winter. So I will not be in Flagstaff, but I will still be working remotely and helping you get get these shows. And obviously we'll continue Shrews and everything, but I'm going to be doing a show in New York. And I just called friend of the podcast, Cadence Lamb, like an hour ago, because I maybe found a sublet lead, and I'm just really excited. We're going to be there for our birthdays, and Cadence and I have done double birthdays a couple years in a row because we're only 10 days apart.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so excited. So if you're in New York and you're a Shrew crew, just hit me up. And also, if you have a place to live, please let me know.
Any leads on sublets?
Please. Yes, but I'm excited about that. So that's gonna be fun.
I just remembered I have a like uncle who's not my uncle. He's like my third cousin twice removed. But he lives in New York. I'll ask him what's going on, because I think he spends a lot of his time in Maryland. He might even have a sublet for you.
Okay.
Damn.
Well,
We'll ask him.
yeah. See, that's the thing. I'm a firm believer that if you put it out there, like, it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
You know, it'll come back to you. So
Completely forgot.
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Yay! I'm sad I'm not going to be with you guys though.
Yeah, I know.
Here in spirit.
I know.
Little
It's
Blake is going to grow up so much while
3
you're
months.
gone.
Oh my gosh! Don't remind me.
You're going to come back and he's going to
3
be in
months.
college. It's going to be like,
He's going to have a 401k.
he's going to be like pushing his glasses up and
He's gonna
taking
be
out
an
his
accountant
briefcase.
by then. Goodness gracious.
Do you know that that's Sean?
Yeah, no,
his
that's-
personal joke is that he's
the
going to
joke.
be an accountant.
Yes.
We're like, he's going to grow
creatives.
up. Yeah, 2 creatives. And he's just going to grow up and be like, my parents were artists. It's like, how quaint.
He's going to be so straight-laced. And
How
like,
provincial.
But someone's got to take care of them when they're old. So
I guess I should get a good job. Oh, so silly. Well, any other updates we want to share? Anything else going on? We're doing some traveling, going to Utah Shakes.
Well,
Fun.
Christine is
Christine's coming.
tomorrow.
Friend of
Yay.
the podcast, Christine Schmidla.
Schmidla is going to be here tomorrow.
She was on episode what, Becki?
she was on 2, wasn't she?
Oh,
The
goodness.
joke is for. The joke is for. You opened that
I'm
door and I
sorry.
closed it. So sorry.
Just slammed it in my
Wow,
face.
was it 2?
Probably. Probably.
She's
Something.
on her second
No,
episode.
Showmances was 2. Meet the Shrews was 1. Showmances was 2. So I think she was 3.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think
What if she was 4?
Jim Warren was 4. Or no, maybe Cadence was. Anyway, everyone was 4.
Okay.
Yeah, she's coming into town for 2 months.
She's staying for 2 months, which is
So
amazing. She is leaving from the Globe, where she just finished, she does text direction there. She just finished a contract. She's coming here.
Yay.
She's going to hang out for 2 months, and then she's going to, I think,
so excited.
fly back to London, but I'm not sure if she's going back to London.
She's literally going to be here for the 2 months I'm here, so that's great.
Yeah.
Like, that's so, like
Good
such perfect timing.
It's
yeah.
great timing.
Oh, I can't wait.
Christine's the best.
Yes, we love Christine. We love Christine.
I've never met her in person,
You-
so
oh my
I'm
gosh,
excited.
I can't wait. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Gonna be
We've
someone-
Zoomed. We've had many Zooms.
Many
Yes.
Zooms.
Many a Zoom.
Oh, Christine.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I haven't seen her since pre-pandemic now that I think
I know.
about it.
Me either. That's why she's coming for so long, because it's been a long
It's
time
been
since
a
we
long
saw each other.
time. Yeah.
So.
And she gets to meet baby.
She gets to meet baby
Blake.
Aw.
Yay.
That's so exciting. Oh, well, it's summertime. It's
Yes.
raining like crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're doing some traveling, going to the
Yes.
creek, doing girl things. It's going to be great.
It's going to be
It's
amazing.
going to be great. Anywho, all right, moving on to the topic of the episode. Thanks for checking in, my shrews.
Yeah.
So today, now the other gals actually don't really know much of what we're doing. Today, we're doing a Shakespeare lightning round sort of thing. And this is actually fully inspired. I was listening to the Reduced Shakespeare Company podcast with Austin Titchener, who we had on a couple of months ago. And he had an episode where he was interviewed by the Folger Shakespeare Library. And they do this thing called the Shakespeare Lightning Round. And basically what it is, it's like, as quickly as you can, they ask a Shakespeare scholar of some sort a bunch of questions about Shakespeare. And some of the questions are silly and some of them are just, more basic. And so we're going to do a version of that. We're not going to do it quickly. We're just going to do fun questions. Okay. But we're going to have some basic questions, but then we're also going to have very silly and like kind of raunchy Shakespeare questions. And so
Okay,
I tried my
I'm
best
excited.
not to just steal their questions. So I came up with some questions and also some F, Marry, kills.
Okay.
But since I don't want to bleep out a bunch of F words, we'll probably say bone, marry, bury. Or F, marry, kill. Who knows? Whatever I feel like at the time. And I did call out shout out to Mac McDaniel. He helped me with some silly questions too.
Cool.
And
great.
do you want to say what company Mac is with?
Oh yes, Mac is with Elsewhere Shakespeare in Richmond, Virginia. So thank you so much, Mac. He knows his Shakespeare inside and out, and he had some great questions. So,
Okay.
but let's start with just some basics to start out small.
Okay.
So we can go, like, it can just be a very simple answer, or you can divulge. So your favorite Shakespeare play?
Othello.
Othello?
Midsummer.
I think mine's Midsummer as well.
Yeah. So Dawn, I'm curious about this with you. Hannah, I think I've asked you this before, but I have this theory based off of just me that that your that your favorite Shakespeare show is the one that you like first worked on, or maybe
that's
like
totally
first
true.
really studied, or like first whatevered. And for me, the first one I've ever worked on, and it was as an SM, was Midsummer. So no,
It
Dawn's
was
shaking
mine.
her head.
It was
Okay.
mine.
I didn't get to Othello for a long time. Romeo and Juliet was my first Shakespeare
Okay.
that I ever read. And then As You Like It. No, not As You Like It. All's Well That Ends Well was my first Shakespeare that I ever saw. And this summer was the first time I ever saw Othello. And I have never been in
Ours,
it. And I have
yeah.
never seen a live production of it.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, I chose it to work with students on a couple of times, but it's because of how much I love it. So,
Yeah.
actually, Othello was like a total. But I think you're mostly right, because the other person I know who it's their favorite play, it was because they had this amazing teacher from South Africa who taught Othello. I think it was in college with him, and it was the first time he'd encountered Shakespeare, and they worked on Othello, and it made it so meaningful. So I think in general, you're right. I think I have this like weird outlier.
Yeah, you're the exception.
Yeah, like the high percentage would probably be
Yeah.
like the one you started.
Yeah,
with.
Yeah.
No, but I just love Midsummer. It's popular for a reason. Like, it's just good. I would say I do also really like Much Ado, but that's just because I really like Benedict and Beatrice. But I do think that Midsummer as a whole I like more.
Yeah.
But it's also, I mean, it's magical. I don't know. Like, it feels like a cop-out, but it's just the best. Sorry, guys.
It's not a cop-out if it's your favorite.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so in the same vein, the most underrated Shakespeare play.
Oh, we were just talking about this.
Yeah.
Henry IV, Part 1.
Yeah, we were. Because we were talking about Henry V and how that's like the most popular of the like, not the tragedies, histories.
Yeah.
Definitely like the most well-known history.
Yeah. I think for me it's that one or either Henry VI Part 1 or Henry VI Part 3.
Okay.
But both Henry VI Part 2 and Henry IV Part 2 are trash.
Absolute trash.
Skip the
Garbage.
Part 2s. But I think that the story between Hal and Falstaff is such a heartwarming story.
I love Falstaff.
The story of Hal figuring out how to take responsibility, grow from a boy into a man, kind of like become the leader that his country needs, and what, like, how heart-wrenching that is with his sort of like old group of friends, including Falstaff, is just like, it's such a lovely story, and it could be such a powerful story for anyone kind of like making the transition from like college to the real world, or
it's a coming of age story.
Yeah, it's a total coming of age story, and I just think it's a really lovely one, and I think that it doesn't get done. I don't think it's underrated because I think people who love Shakespeare love it.
Know it, yeah.
But I think it's underrated.
It doesn't sell well, though.
It doesn't sell well because it's called Henry IV Part 1.
Yeah, it has a bad name.
It has a terrible name.
Arguably bad name.
And I've seen companies try to like rename it and then put it on.
To be like, call it like Falstaff or
but
something.
it doesn't work because like part of the love of Shakespeare comes with familiarity, kind of like what Becki was just saying. Like, people recognize the name and want to see the play. Well, if you rename the play, or if the play has a terrible name, people don't come.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bex, most underrated Shakespeare play.
I don't know.
No,
because there's so many that I haven't read, so I can't. I feel like I can't comment on them. You know.
No, I actually, I do understand that there is some that I just haven't studied particularly well, but I will say mine is Two Noble Kinsmen.
Yes,
it's hilarious.
Great choice. It is hilarious.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Christine would 100% agree with you.
It's just like the comedy gold of specifically all of the falling in love. It's just ridiculous. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna fall in love with this girl because she walked by my window. That's literally
or
all
the two guys who are like, I will love, like, bro, I will love you forever, and then they're like, hot girl, and then he's like, I like that hot girl forever. Yeah, and then the other guy's like, I liked that girl, and then they're like,
well, let's kill each other.
I'm gonna kill you.
It's ridiculous.
Literally instantly.
It's so
and the
funny.
jailer's daughter is one of the best parts for a woman in Shakespeare.
That I have an answer for, like, she's going to be my answer for a later question. Okay, so that's most underrated. How about most overrated?
Comedy of Errors. Yeah. Am I allowed to say that?
I know, yes,
we're about to do it.
But yeah, I mean, just blast it, babe.
I hate it. I think it is absolute tripe. There's some beautiful moments in that play. Adriana has a gorgeous monologue. Yeah. Luciana's like her battle between falling in love with this guy and wanting to stay loyal and true to her sister is lovely. Yeah. She's so much more loyal than we ever see a Shakespeare character in love being. So I love that about that character. The rest of it is just fart jokes and butt jokes and slap jokes. It is. And uncomfortable like fat women moments. Yes. Yeah. It's body shaming and it's so problematic and weird, but we're not. I mean, obviously, like, the wonderful thing about Shakespeare is you can edit it as much as you want to. And I know Catherine Mayberry, who's coming in to direct it, is going to like take out all of that problematic awfulness and do a really great job at the show. And honestly, I recommend it to people if they've never seen Shakespeare. I always say, like, we're doing Comedy of Errors. If you want a little gateway drug, like, do Comedy of Errors, because it's an easy one to understand and it's easy to get into.
It's really good for like that entrance level.
But did I mention that I hate it?
But also, like, I really hate that play.
We cannot stress enough. Hate it.
Hate it.
Yeah, I think it can be done.
Actually, was in a production of it where I loved the people in the production. It's where I met Jesse Camps, who founded Flag Shakes with me. He and I played Luciana and Antipholus of
whichever
Antipholus, I think. So we were in that together. That's where I met him. I had a lovely time in that show. Still think it's awful.
Still trash. That's great. How do you feel?
Okay.
Bex?
Well, so I'm just going to offer this little anecdote. When I was in college and we were like picking Shakespeare monologues to work on, and maybe somebody had asked the question, or maybe it was listed on one of the like theater conferences where they're like monologues that you shouldn't do, like don't do anything overrated.
Yeah.
And so somebody was like, so what's like a Shakespeare monologue that's not overrated? And my professor was like, it's been around for like 400 years. You're not going to find anything that hasn't been done before. Like, but that's okay because it like that's what this is. Like, you're probably not going to find anything new, and that's okay.
Yeah, so that's actually, I'm totally gonna like, I have sort of the same answer, and it's such a cop-out, but like, I feel like there isn't an overrated Shakespeare play, because the ones that are problem plays for a reason, so they're just not good, and then the ones that are good are truly good because they're good, and they are done a lot because they're just that good. Any of his plays can be done well, and the ones that...
Henry VIII.
Yes.
No, I think comedy can be done well.
But it's not overrated.
Henry VIII
cannot
cannot be done well.
It's just not good.
It's just a trash play.
Which is such a shame, because
it could be so good.
Because Henry VIII...
Anne Boleyn is in it.
Yes, I know.
Catherine of Aragon is in it.
And Henry VIII is a, like,
Cardinal
recognized...
And it's shit.
If you could all see Dawn right now.
She's losing her mind.
I'm losing my mind.
So, but the thing is, like, he's a recognizable character.
Yeah.
That it should be a good play. And I wish it was, because everyone knows Henry VIII.
Yeah.
And knows the story of Henry VIII. And I think it would actually be
But just for YouTube, not for listeners, because I'm not spreading it that far. There's an amazing dramatic monologue in that play that I will hand to either of you that is not overdone.
Okay.
No one ever does it.
Okay.
Well, I'll hand it to you if you need it.
Okay.
But listeners
Would love it.
Can't
not
have
you.
it.
Not
ignore
you.
this. Ignore this.
You're not able to actually access that play anywhere, so you can't find it. You could not deduce. Good luck.
Good.
So yeah, that was my cop-out answer for overrated Shakespeare play.
Yeah.
Okay, an easy one. Dream role in a Shakespeare play.
Should be easy, and it's not.
Not
Becky,
easy.
you go first.
Yeah. Well, my go-to answer is Helena.
You could. I was gonna say you could have already played them.
Yeah.
Helena. You'd be a great Helena.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe like
She's
Lady
just
M.
good. Yeah.
Like,
I played Lady M in the worst production
no.
I've ever been in my life.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, now
then
that I've had a
then you should
baby,
bring
I
it
feel like
back.
I just couldn't say the line about smashing the
oh
baby.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Oh, yeah.
It would make me so sad on
It
stage.
would. It
Yeah.
would.
But
But it would be visceral.
Lady M's a good one.
It'd be visceral.
I really have a hard time with this one. Othello?
No, you were not
Well,
allowed to say that.
I'm not allowed to say.
not
I'm not
allowed
allowed
to
to
say that.
play that.
No.
No. But not.
It's a good role, though.
It's a great
role.
Just has my favorite monologue of all
Yeah.
time.
Which
Put
one?
out the light and then put out the light.
I know, it's so good.
That's the most beautiful monologue in all of Shakespeare.
I know.
So I don't know if I have a dream role, because it's like, yeah, obviously
Miscast.
I don't actually want to play Othello. I have no experience to play that. Like, I couldn't draw on anything to play that role.
Yeah.
But I really can't think of one.
That's okay. You're allowed to not have an answer.
Yeah.
It's a lightning round.
Okay.
I was going to say mine is Helena, but I've played Helena before.
Yeah.
So I think I would say, I mean, again, it's kind of overrated, but I mean, I think it's fine. I would love to play Juliet, but I'm getting past the Juliet age.
Yeah.
Which is
know.
sad, because I'm not old.
I had a
just
professor who once told me, you will not play Juliet till you're 30.
Really?
And
But
I
I'm
played
not
Juliet when I
small.
was 30.
I'm not small.
But
I'm
that's
5'8".
It's okay.
I feel like 5'0" 30-year-old women can play Juliet, but can 5'8"? Because
Yes.
everyone, we all know this. Height equals age in theater.
You can play Juliet.
Yeah.
I would love to play Juliet.
If I ever direct that play, which I should, you'll be my Juliet.
Okay,
I don't care if you're 45.
I think
babe.
you would make a brilliant Juliet, personally.
Yay.
I think that's one of the pieces that is unfortunate, is that Shakespeare is often cast like Juliet and Romeo, that they are young, and so the actors that play them, I don't believe them for a second, and I'm like, I want to believe you, I really want to
Right.
believe you, and then I can't.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I think it would be really fascinating to cast older,
Right.
actors in those
Look,
roles.
we're already doing gender blind casting. We're already doing color blind casting. Why can't we do age blind casting?
And it's not like I can't
We know
pass
the
as
person
18.
playing Juliet is not 12.
Right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, she's supposed to be 12.
Also, her mother is only supposed to be 24.
That's
Oh my
true.
goodness.
Oh, isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Absolutely wild.
According
Yeah,
to the
that's
math
true.
in that play, Lady Capulet is
All the math is
24 at the oldest.
I would just like very just cute side note. So Justice, who just played our Iago, is the exact age that Iago says, 29, I think.
Yeah.
9 and
Really?
20.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, we actually did that perfectly on accident.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I would say mine is Juliet, just because I mean it's Juliet, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
She's so intelligent. It
She
takes
is.
an older actor.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I want to move on to some like I feel like we've kind of covered the basics, so I feel like I want to move on to a little bit of saucy.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, where do I want to start? Okay, I mean they're not that saucy. I mean some of them are just like more silly. Okay, the Shakespeare character you would date.
Oh.
Benvolio and Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, he's such a good guy.
I love him.
Oh, he's
He's the
good
best of
guy.
them.
He is the best of them.
And plus, we have no idea of his dating track record, and so he's a safe choice.
he's a safe.
A lot of Shakespeare characters are no.
That was a
Not
really
so
good
much.
answer. I want to steal it.
Yeah.
You can. He's the best.
I won't steal it. I won't steal it. Okay, Bex.
Is it's Benedict with the
Yeah,
wit
Benedict.
from Taming of the Shrews? Yeah.
Or
Wait,
no, not
Or
Ta-
the Shrews.
not Taming of
No,
the
who am I
Shrews.
thinking of?
No, Benedict
Right?
from Much Ado.
From
Much Ado. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
no,
totally.
yes,
Yeah.
he has a masterful wit.
Massive wit. Okay, Benedict's a good one.
Okay, I mean, so I'm gonna choose like I want to go with a villain.
Ooh.
Just 'cause, switch it up a little bit. And my favorite villain is Tybalt. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
but we both chose Romeo and Juliet. But if I was actually being serious, who would I date?
Like date Tybalt, sure.
Yeah, don't know.
Marry Benvolio.
Yes, yes.
If this was an F Mary
Which
kill,
we're gonna
F
get
Romeo.
to.
Totally know
We're
what to
gonna
do.
get to. We will get there. Oh, but who else is who's a reasonable dude?
Yeah, there's not like a
Not a
ton
lot
of
of
reasonable
reasonable
dudes in Shakespeare.
I mean, like one of the like great sidekicks. Like there are some good sidekicks.
Yeah, well, like Edgar from Lear, he's
Yeah.
a great
Yeah.
human.
a reasonable human.
He's a reasonable human. You could go with him.
or yeah, like
Well,
or
so
so
is
honestly,
Cornwall.
any of the fools would
so
be,
is
would
the
be
Prince
great.
of France. A lot of the guys.
Fortinbras.
Fortinbras is awesome.
That's what I'm saying. I'm in Mary
Horatio.
Duh.
Horatio.
Yeah.
He's a good choice.
Yeah.
He's a
yeah.
good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Except I kind of want to go with Fortinbras though, because I mean,
Do it.
he's a prince, right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't just date him, marry him.
Marry him. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Get that ring, girl.
Okay. In the same vein, a Shakespeare character that you would take home to meet your parents.
Benvolio.
Again, Benvolio.
Or Horatio.
Friar
I'll
Lawrence.
take them both on the same Friday night.
I'm choosing Friar Lawrence. He's the
Great.
safest bet.
You should too. You should.
The ghost of Hamlet's Death.
Oh my god, that would be
You
so
just, like-
funny.
And they're like,
Best
wait,
dinner
there's
party
no one
ever.
there. Yeah. Wait, the ghost
Yeah.
of Banquo.
Wait, isn't Paris is a good dude?
Oh,
Isn't
Paris is a pretty.
Yeah,
Paris is a
mostly,
good
yeah.
dude, I think.
I mean, he doesn't care enough about Juliet's feelings. He kind of does, though. He doesn't not care.
He doesn't not care.
Okay. Okay.
But
But
he's
he's the
like-
bare
he-
minimum.
Well, he's just following the way that things
Yeah.
were.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
he was told he was going to marry her, so he's going to. Like,
Yeah.
but he didn't do anything
Yeah.
wrong.
He doesn't do
Yeah,
anything
he
wrong.
doesn't do anything wrong. Okay. All right. Best sexual tension between Shakespeare characters. So like the best like
It's got to be Lady Anne and Richard.
ooh yeah.
Because that goes from like if you can't find the sexual tension in that scene, you
Then
can't make it work.
You can't make it work.
Because
Okay.
he is wooing her right in front of the literally bleeding dead body of her husband.
Oh gosh.
Now, if you can't make it sexy, you can't get past that.
No.
Do you know what
yeah,
I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way to make it an intellectual romance.
Yeah.
It's certainly not a sweethearted romance.
yeah.
It has got to be sex or nothing.
Sex or
Yeah.
nothing. Sex or nothing.
So that's the one for me.
Okay.
Damn.
Good one.
What about you, Hannah?
I think I'm gonna go with Cleopatra and
Yeah.
oh
Obviously.
gosh, what's his name?
Antony.
Antony.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's like a
Yeah.
pretty clear.
100%.
That's a pretty clear one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my go-to.
That's a great one.
How about you, Bex?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know. This is
I
one I
mean-
might have to pass.
I mean, there's a lot
So
of
fun.
there's a lot of great couples, but it's like,
Yeah.
what are the ones that just have the best text
Yeah.
for that sexual tension?
Yes.
I was thinking about like, oh, what's a joke? Like, what's a joke couple that I could say? And my first thought was Bottom and Quince.
I mean,
Obviously jokes.
I mean,
Or maybe not obvious. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. In similar vein, most toxic Shakespeare couple.
Oh, Romeo and Juliet.
Well, there's a lot of
It
toxic
obviously leads
Shakespeare
to their
couples.
death and a lot of other people's
Yeah.
deaths. So
I mean, but that
think
kinda
that's
happens a
really
lot.
toxic Shakespeare couple.
Yeah.
I mean, Iago and Amelia comes to mind, but Amelia herself is not toxic.
No.
I mean,
But we're not talking about the
Mackers?
two people are toxic. We're talking about like they're toxic
Together.
Oh,
you're
Mackers,
right.
of
Yeah,
course.
that's true. They do really egg each
Macbeth
other
and Lady Macbeth really send each other down a
bad rabbit hole.
dark place.
Yeah.
I think Tamara and Saturninus.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, or Tamara and
or
Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go with Aaron, but Saturninus is also not wrong.
For some reason, Saturninus creeps me out more than Aaron every time I've seen that play.
I mean, yeah.
Aaron
I think
is
that's the
kind of
point.
brutal, but you understand where it was coming from.
But
and
Aaron's like
Saturninus is like that whiny, bratty,
Yeah. No,
spoiled,
that's what I'm saying.
kind of
like Aaron's
nasty.
Aaron's the
moldy
obvious
beast.
villain. Aaron's the obvious villain.
Yeah,
And Saturninus is the
he's like
sleazy
the
villain.
he's like the Joffrey.
Yes.
Oh, from Game of Thrones.
Targaryen.
Yeah, he's like the
No, not Targaryen. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, we all
Lannister?
know.
Yeah.
Lannister.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's the Joffrey Lannister of Shakespeare plays, where you're just like, someone literally
whiny, yeah.
like spoiled you, and your heart is just like a rotting putrid mass, and I hate you. Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
I'm
rotting-
landing on Tamara and Saturninus. That's my
Rotting
final
putrid
answer.
mess. Oh, so you're gonna change. You're gonna change.
Final answer:
Okay.
Tamara and
Okay.
Saturninus.
Okay. Most toxic Shakespeare couple. I didn't think about most of these, even though I came up with the questions. I think Romeo and Juliet's obviously a great answer. I mean, there's a lot of toxic Shakespeare couples, but I would say it's like a lot of them are one-sided toxic, where like the woman is great,
Yeah.
and the guy doesn't treat her well, and she just
Yeah.
chooses
Yeah.
him anyway.
Yeah.
Like Demetrius and Helena. Like,
Yeah.
what's happening there?
Yeah.
So a lot of them are like, I think, one-sided toxic. But
That's why I'm landing on Tamara and
Yeah, that's-
Saturninus. They're
that's
both
fair.
toxic humans.
That's good. I mean, I think Lady M
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Mackers is a good one.
They both obviously, but I feel like she's a little more toxic.
I
than
think
he
so.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's
Yeah.
just kind of strung along, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good answers. Okay. On the other side of things, like the best meet cute for a Shakespeare couple. Like I saw her across the room, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Which I will say, one of my favorite Shakespeare lines is when Romeo sees Juliet across the room and says that she doth teach the torches to burn bright.
Yeah.
I think that's the most beautiful thing
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Like he's literally saying that she is so brilliant and glorious and effervescent and warm and beautiful that she teaches fire how to burn. Ah! Wow.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. The language in
Yeah.
that play is obviously
Stunning.
I think Othello and Desdemona.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that's one of the reasons it's
You don't
my
see it though.
You don't see it, but one of the reasons it's my favorite play is, when you're talking about that play, when you're talking about overcoming things that we see as insurmountable objects, it's just beautiful that something as like intrinsic and toxic as racism
Yeah.
can be overcome by listening to someone's story
I know.
and finding out who they are.
yeah.
I just think that that's like the most, I just love that. It's one of the reasons it's my favorite play.
My speech where I like basically like give the
Yeah.
reason for why I've learned, like that was one of my favorite speeches in the whole show because I really did connect to that because so many Shakespeare lovers, and I've played some Shakespeare lovers where it's mostly just physical connection.
I saw him and he was hot. Yeah.
I saw him and he was
Yeah.
hot, and I just really loved that because it's like no, I loved him for his mind,
Yes.
and for the banter we had and for the intellectual conversations we had. And yes, he's also hot. Like I think there's, like
Don't
a
get me
line
wrong.
about like sated with his body. Like, yes, I think they have a physical connection too, but it's also, I think there's something fascinating about knowing the hardships that someone has gone through and somehow like knowing them more.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't there when you went through that, but hearing the story of your past has made me feel closer to you. And I agree.
I love that.
But yeah, we don't see that one, so I'm not sure if it counts as a meet cute, but I will take it.
And then Hiro and Claudio, because they say absolutely nothing to each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's so much that can be made of that on stage, of like how they end
literally
up
nothing
together.
Yeah.
And like literally neither of them can speak.
Honestly, Hiro is like, I don't like that role. Like,
I love that role.
But she like, I don't know.
I played Hiro and it was
okay. Well,
it was magical.
Yeah, you should try to like win me over for Hiro, because for me, Hiro is just like, she's the stereotypical I'm pretty and that's all I have going for me.
I think if you go into it, you know, it's kind of like you went into Desdemona, and then if you play the character, if you embody the character, you start to unravel the things. It makes a lot of sense. It's such a lovely, that play has such, what I found as Hiro is that play has such a lovely like interior woman's world
it does,
that a lot of the plays don't have.
Yeah, that's true.
And then one of the things that I just loved was that relationship between Hiro and Beatrice, and especially because Hiro doesn't have a mommy anymore.
Yeah.
When the play starts and you don't really know
This
what
big
happened.
Sister,
Yeah, but it's also all of the stuff at the end that Claudio has to do is Hiro's idea. So she makes him prove himself after he turns out to be a jerk.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, but we're not just going to go straight back to we're in love and getting married. You have to like go mourn my body, admit you're wrong. Like she puts him through the ringer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I actually appreciate that in her too. That she's like, no, it's not going to be as easy as it was the first time.
Right.
Because clearly, easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
And if you want me back, it's going to be hard.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're already winning me over.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I went with Romeo and Juliet. You went with Hiro and Claudio. Best meet cute, Bex.
Okay, I don't know if it's the best, but I think it's one.
A good
It's
one.
a silly one.
Yeah.
It's the Celia and what's his name?
Adam.
And Adam, yeah. Because well, that's one I think where it's like they look at each other and it's like heart eye emojis, and it's just like so silly.
Yeah. Oh, I love Celia. I really wish I could play, because we did Celia, or I played Celia and you played Rosalind in our virtual production.
Yeah.
But dang, would I like to do that as like a stage production, especially you and I, because no one can pretend to be best friends better than actual best friends. I mean, I guess they're cousins, but close
Since
enough.
we're talking about big company secrets, since we're talking about remounting 12th Night, we should just remount it with As You Like It, because there's so many of the same
That's
people.
true. It is a lot of the same people. I would love to play Celia again.
And James is in one and can direct the other.
But
and
only if I can continue eating peanut butter in this play.
Yes.
I eat a lot of peanut butter in that
much
play.
peanut butter as you want.
Okay. All right. Okay. Funniest tragedy.
Titus Andronicus. It's freaking hilarious. It's the funniest one. Yeah, Titus Andronicus.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
Bex?
I don't know.
Honestly, I was going to go with Titus too. So.
Okay.
I mean, there's that
That's
moment
a simple answer.
where they're trying to get someone to carry off Titus's severed hand, and they put it in Lavinia's mouth. She doesn't have any hands, and they make her carry his hand in her mouth. The audience cracks up every time because there's nothing else to do but laugh.
Yeah.
I was very upset though, because most nights at Othello, I just got violently smothered. And then Othello says, "What? Not quite yet dead?"
Yes.
And everyone laughed. And
It's
I was
hilarious.
Like, guys, I am smothered.
No. It's funny, and it has to be funny because you can't get through to the end of that play
That's true.
without one
At
moment
least
of levity.
One moment, yeah.
Just the singular moment.
Yeah, everyone needs that in Act 5, or no one's gonna make it with you.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is a Mac question.
Okay.
Best random side character who deserves their own play.
Touchstone.
Okay. I'm going to go with the jailer's daughter, which is why I mentioned I would love to see a whole play about the jailer's daughter, because she's amazing.
Yeah. I think I agree with you.
You agree?
Anna.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Any
if I
of the
can think
fools is a
another
great
one.
question, or a great answer though.
Yeah, all of the fools
the
are
fools.
so amazing.
But like one of the really randos, like Slender in Merry Wives. Like, like
He's so
just like
funny.
the randomest, weirdest characters that I just want to see their like daily lives. Like I want to see a 2-hour play about Slender. about like trying to get a date.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, poor Slender.
No, I think the jailer's daughter is the one who deserves it the most.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, in similar note, best sidekick.
Oh, Benvolio. I mean,
Going
sorry,
back to
he's
him.
my man now.
Yeah,
he's your
I mean,
man.
he or Horatio. They're both. I mean,
Yeah, that's a good one.
they're both the
Yeah.
voice of reason in those plays, and they're both
Yeah.
really important. Trying to think if there's another sidekick that I like better.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I also throw in fools as sidekicks too.
Yeah.
Well, then Lear's Fool.
Yeah, Lear's Fool.
Lear's Fool is just.
I mean, Dogberry.
So
I
good.
guess Dogberry's not. Well, Dogberry has a sidekick.
Yeah.
He's
Burgess.
Burgess. Burgess can be really fun too.
Burgess
but-
is really funny.
Burgess
Yeah.
is funny.
No, I really think
I would love to play Dogberry.
if we're counting fools, then Lear's Fool is my.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Is just and maybe you know what? I take it all back. That's my dream role.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lear's Fool.
Lear's Fool.
Okay.
Okay.
I need some more acting chops before I can do it, but one day.
No, you have plenty of
Yeah.
acting
I
chops.
don't
babe.
know.
You're there.
Lear's Fool is so good. Okay, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right.
One more viewpoints workshop.
Okay. This one might be kind of hard, but funniest "That's what she said" line. This is also a Mac question.
Oh. Wait, that's what she said?
That's what she said. So like
Yeah.
a line in Shakespeare that isn't meant to be sexual, that is pretty clearly sexual, or is
Yeah.
sexual in 2022 terms. My answer is, and this is all thanks to Cadence Lamb, friend of the podcast, Cadence Lamb,
Yeah.
who played Hamlet last summer. She made the Country Matters line
Yes.
the sexiest line. She was
Yeah.
like, "What? Country Matters?" And I was like, "What?" Anyway, that's mine. Or just a classic, any of the butt-softs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's hot.
Or
That's
or
soft.
there's like some butt loves.
Yes, butt loves.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one, this doesn't really fit the category, but the first one that came to mind was from Titus Andronicus.
Yeah.
Where but he means it as a that's, he says,
Oh, he means
when
it
he
to
says,
be.
"Villain, I have done thy mother," he literally means he did her.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that one doesn't
That one's
really
yours?
count, but that is my
No,
favorite.
I think that's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I love
Yeah.
that one so much.
The
Yeah.
one he suggested was from R&J, "Stay but a little, I will come again."
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Okay, now that we're on this on the sexies,
Yeah.
so let's do a couple of rounds of F, Marry, Kill. We
Yes.
don't have a whole lot of time left.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's make these kind of quick.
Okay.
Okay, so F, Marry, Kill, Tybalt, Mercutio, and Romeo. So sorry, not Benvolio.
F all of them. Wait, who are we?
Tybalt, Mercutio, Romeo.
Kill Romeo, F Mercutio, marry Tybalt? No, strike that,
No.
reverse
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Strike that and reverse it.
I agree
Okay.
with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So, kill Romeo.
Yes. Marry
Yes,
Mercutio.
Yes, F Tybalt.
Tybalt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tybalt's a great lay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure he is.
Notes
Okay.
from firsthand experience.
Ah, love a good Tybalt. Okay, so F, Marry, Kill, Old Man edition.
Yes.
King Lear, Prospero, and Falstaff.
Okay. Kill Falstaff.
No! Okay, well we're gonna disagree on this. Go ahead.
Marry Prospero. F Lear.
Okay, Bex.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, I disagree. So sorry. Marry Falstaff. What a fun dude to have around.
Dude, I would get so annoyed.
I mean, yeah, I'd probably get sick of him, but he's hilarious. Okay, so I'd probably marry Falstaff. Oh no, but you're right. Prospero's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, he could literally do magic for you.
Falstaff would probably also be a good lay. Shoot. Okay. F Falstaff, kill Lear, marry Prospero.
Okay.
Okay. All right. F, Marry, Kill, Young Lovers edition.
Okay.
Well, no. Yes. They're not all young, but Benedict, Ferdinand, Lysander. Benedict, Ferdinand, Lysander.
I feel like marry Benedict,
Okay, yes.
kill Lysander, and who was what? F the other one. Like
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand from Tempest.
yes. Yeah.
I am 100% with Becki.
I think I'm the same. The same. Obviously, we're marrying Benedict.
Yes.
I mean, I could argue, though, well,
Ferdinand's fine. Lysander?
Okay. All right. We're on the same page. Okay. So F, Marry, Kill, 12th Night Edition. Festi, Sebastian, Orsino.
Oh, definitely marry Festi.
Yes.
Kill Orsino as Sebastian.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Definitely killing Orsino is clear. But I'm between Festi and Sebastian. I mean, Sebastian is a good guy.
There's nothing wrong with Sebastian.
He does, he's like, oh, a woman who wants to sleep with me? Sure, I'll marry you. I mean, he doesn't ask any questions, which sometimes is nice. Sometimes we don't want any questions.
No questions asked.
No questions asked.
Yeah.
So maybe I will F Festi and marry Sebastian.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Another villains edition. F, Marry, Kill. Iago, Edmund, Don John.
Oh, definitely F Edmund.
Of course. Yeah.
Kill Don John. Doesn't have to marry?
That means you have to marry Iago. It's the villains edition.
Yeah.
It's the villains edition. It's gonna be hard. It's gotta be hard.
Okay, I'm sticking with it.
Okay, well, I'm almost there. Definitely F Edmund, but marry Don John, kill Iago. Don John is the lesser of two evils.
I do not like Don John.
Yeah. Well, I don't like him
any
either.
time with him. Iago is kind of interesting, and he's ambitious.
Just a little
He
sexy.
could get us somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I respect it.
I feel like I might F Iago. Yeah. I don't know what the other two I would do. But
Don John and
Edmund and Don John.
and Edmund. I was going to say
F them all. I'm not going to marry any of them, but they're all a good lay.
They're all on the roster.
They're all in the, as Becki and I like to say, the rotation.
The rotation.
You know what? Sometimes a girl just needs a couple of villains in her rotation.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Last F, Marry, Kill.
Okay.
Sillies edition. Fools. Dogberry, Bottom, and Touchstone.
Okay.
Ooh.
Marry Touchstone.
Okay.
Dogberry and who else do we
Bottom.
have? Bottom. F Bottom. Kill
Okay.
Dogberry.
Okay. I think I'm agreed. Marry Touchstone.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Maybe I'm the same. Yeah. F Bottom. Kill Dogberry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that. Oh, gosh. That's a tough one.
I feel like Bottom would drive me crazy in any sense of this game.
Not even in a lay situation.
Correct.
Not even for sexies.
Yeah.
Correct. Unless you're Titania.
Under a spell.
Under a spell. That's true. Okay. Wait. Bottom with an ass head? Bottom without an ass head? These are the questions we need to ask.
I think we have to go ass head.
We do. We need to go ass head.
And I'm still sticking with F.
I'm definitely still going to F Bottom with his ass head.
And answer has not changed.
Answer did not change.
Oh my goodness. Okay. We are low on time, but let's do we have any more time? No, I think we need to call it there.
Okay.
I think we need to call it there. Oh, that was a blast.
so much fun. Just save the ones we didn't answer because we could definitely
do
do
this
another
again.
Shakespeare lightning
And
round.
there's more, like Mac had more for me that were great, but they were more like long form. Like he had a lot of would you rathers and put this character into this play and this character into this play.
Yeah.
Then how would that play end? More just thinking topics.
Yeah.
So we could keep going.
Yeah.
And to be honest,
loved this.
I
Let's
could
do it
come up
again.
with so many more F, Marry, Kills.
Yes.
They're so fun. There are so many characters. Oh my
Open it
gosh.
up.
Wait, F, Marry, Kill, non-human edition. I'm just making this on the spot. Okay, give me some non-humans. Caliban, Ariel. What's another non-human?
Puck.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well,
he's
he's
a
a fairy, but
Okay, Ariel, Caliban. Well, Caliban's not really a good guy, so maybe we'll take him out. Puck, Ariel. Who's another at least chaotic neutral, non-human.
All I can think of are the gods and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Like Juno and
or the
Or a
porters,
ghost. A ghost.
The ghost of Hamlet. Hamlet's dad. Hamlet's dad's ghost.
Okay, so F, Marry, Kill, Hamlet's dad, Ariel, or Puck.
Okay, F Puck. Wait, if I say F Puck, marry Ariel, can I kill
A ghost?
I think so.
Then I'm killing the ghost
Okay.
of Hamlet's dad.
Okay, Bex.
Okay. I think I'd marry Puck.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Oh, no, I don't know. That's the only one I felt confident about.
I'm so sorry, I'm lost.
F Ariel,
Yeah.
kill the ghost.
Okay. I think I'm going to F Puck as well.
Yeah.
I mean, can I marry Daddy Ghost?
Yeah.
Because he was.
Will you still be queen is the big question.
I will still be queen. And
Okay.
you know what? He was a good man in life.
He was.
Yeah.
So I'm going to marry Daddy Ghost, F Puck, and but I like Ariel. But I guess I'm going to kill Ariel.
All right.
Well,
have to.
Alas.
on that note.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to this month's episode of Untamed Shrews. I'm Becki.
And I'm Dawn.
And I'm Hannah. Join us next time for an episode about our fall show, The Comedy of Errors by William Shakespeare, which we've already started talking
Shakespeare's
about.
best play.
Best play ever. Running here in Flagstaff in October at the Coconino Center for the Arts. Tickets coming soon.
Yay. Follow Untamed Shrews on Instagram at Untamed Shrews Podcast and on Facebook at facebook.com/ I was like
these.
/ Untamed Shrews, but that's obviously not what I'm about to say.
No,
And on Facebook at at facebook.com / Flagstaff Shakespeare Festival.
Good job.
All episodes.
So many Fs.
All episodes of Untamed Shrews can be found on sunsounds.org, the Flagstaff Shakespeare Festival YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and now Amazon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Please subscribe to the podcast, leave us a review, put us in your Instagram stories, and help us support the Shrew Crew.
Please, again, put us in your Instagram stories.
And tag us.
Tag us.
Yes.
Leave us a review. We're on Amazon now. We're literally on every platform. You have no excuses. We are your favorite shrews. You gotta.
Mention it in person. I will buy you a beer or a coffee.
Ooh.
Be like, I tagged you in my Instagram, and
Take
I will
a
buy you a
shrew
beer
on
or
a
a
date.
coffee.
Take a shrew on a date.
Take a shrew on a date.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm super available.
you with your husband and your baby. Guys, I am unattached.
Okay, it's Hannah. You
But
want to take on a date.
Take a shrew on a date. Take a shrew on a date.
This episode of Untamed Shrews, starring Dawn Tucker, Becki Zaritsky, and Hannah Fonts. Show art by Calliope Luedeker. Podcast theme song by Cadence Lamb. Podcast produced and edited by Hannah Fonts. Presented by Flagstaff Shakespeare Festival and recorded with Sun Sounds of Arizona. Special thanks to our audio engineer, Gina Byars.
Yay!
Gina! Woo! Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.